This is Nick Taylor of the Sports Times Network alongside my website partner Dan Harrelson, and we're at 2010 SEC Football Media Days with Cecil Hurd of the Tuscaloosa News and Mr. Football, Tony Barnhart of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. How's it going today, gentlemen?
Good to be here, Nick.
Good to be here with y'all. Well, Cecil, we got to ask you about the situation with Darius. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, I think it's a situation that affects a lot more than one school until we know exactly what happened, exactly what the situation was, exactly what players were present, exactly who was present with them. You know, you can't speculate right now. Agent problems are going to be recurring in college football and college basketball from now until they don't play college football and college basketball anymore. There's that much money at stake. But you know, you can't sit here and say what's going to happen at Alabama, what's going to happen at North Carolina, what's going to happen at South Carolina, because we're just not far enough in the investigative process yet to know what the answers to some of the questions are or exactly what kind of involvement we're dealing with. It's okay, it's not great, but you know, you can go to a party. There's no NCAA rule on going to a party, but you better be paying your own way. You better be compensating somebody for your entertainment. So we'll see what happens.
Well, Cecil's absolutely right. What it comes down to is Alabama and Florida, these schools have to determine what the athlete did, who paid for it, and then they have to turn their findings over to the NCAA. The NCAA will make a decision as to whether they're satisfied with the report or do they think it warrants further investigation. And it's that further investigation where the red flags start to go up.
Well, Tony, you're usually correct on your BCS National Championship game predictions. What do you have this year? And also SEC East and West. We actually have Alabama beating Ohio State in the BCS title game and Alabama beating Georgia in Atlanta.
Well, I've got Alabama beating Ohio State in the national championship game, but I think it's going to be Alabama and Florida again. I think Georgia has too many questions on the defensive side of the ball. I think they'll be pretty good offensively if the quarterback plays well. I think at the end of the day, Florida's got too much talent, and I think they're going to play better after what was probably one of the more difficult 13-1 seasons any team ever had.
What about you, Cecil?
Yeah, I think most people had Alabama, Ohio State, but I really think that either team who wins the Boise State Virginia Tech game has a real chance, given the remaining schedule that they have. I like Virginia Tech. I think that they've got great running backs, well coached. They'll be good on special teams. I know that they had some questions about that. But I like Virginia Tech if they get past Boise State to maybe be a dark horse.
Yeah, Virginia Tech's playing in a very difficult side of the SEC this year with Georgia Tech and Miami and North Carolina. So Virginia Tech has the talent to make that kind of run if they get by Boise State. I just think Ohio State's got the schedule, except for they got to go to Iowa, and I think Alabama's in a unique situation. To me, how Alabama handles this season is one of the most intriguing stories in college football.
Speaking of Ohio State's schedule, of course we all know Miami will be going to the Horseshoe and playing the Buckeyes. How do you see that game shaping out? I personally think Ohio State should win that handily.
Well, Miami's very athletic, and when Corey Harris and quarterbacks playing well, they're hard to beat. But they haven't proven to me that they can go on the road and win a big game like this. And that atmosphere is going to be really difficult. They haven't played well enough defensively. Now, athletically, they're certainly capable of winning. I just don't know that they'll be able to win this.
One last question.
All right, guys, you both have been covering this conference for a long time. Talk about the evolution of the conference and where it used to be to where it is now. It's just the whole mecca of not just the conference, but just media days in general. I mean, what's your take on the evolution of the conference, how it's growing, the things that have happened over the years as you both have covered the league? I mean, is it really the greatest show on earth? It seems to be.
Well, it's taken off like Tony Barnhart's career. I mean, it has absolutely been exponential growth. You know, when you look at it's not a media day, but when you look at the SEC meetings, 30 years ago, they're splitting up $4 million between all the teams in the league, between what was then the 10 teams in the league. Now, every team is making that every day of the week that they're down there. Now, they're split up. It's going to be close to $250 million by the time the football contract runs out that they're splitting every year.
Absolutely. More and more, it's growing. It's only going to get better and better every year. But
Is the SEC going to continue to play for national championships?
I think they will. So we will see, and I think they'll play for another one this year.
Guys, we appreciate you being with us. We'd like to get a quick promo. Thanks for coming on. Check out the site. You guys both do a great job. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Tony.
Good to see you.
Thank you.